Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's me, it's G, it's DMC, the undefeated, undisputed Pokemon Showdown champion. That's right, it's the Maverick, Mark Daniels, here with episode 19 of our Showdown Sundays. That's right, it's that time of the week again, where we're going to go through here, we're going to talk about the team that I'm using this week, and we're going to play at least 3 matches, maybe 5 if things go very quickly. So let's go over our team real fast. So I didn't know what to do this week. Right, so I was thinking, like I do any other time, okay, what team do I want to do this week? What Pokemon do I want to work around? This time I decided, you know what, let's look and see some of the teams I've already made previously, and let's pick a tier based on what I haven't really delved into yet. I know I haven't made an OU team yet, I'm just not ready yet. OU is such a different, lifestyle, play style. So I decided to go with RU because it's a team, or a tier I should say, that I've only made one team for, and I haven't played in a while. So I was like, you know what, we'll do RU. We'll do RU and see what's going to go down. So as I'm making my team, I usually then pick a Pokemon or something to kind of build around, or an idea to build around. And this time I decided to go with the Megas. And I never used Mega Banette before, so I thought, you know what, let's use Mega Banette, which actually happens to have the highest attack stat in the meta, so that's pretty sweet. So kind of going over Banette real quick. So obviously the item, the Banette, I assume that's how you pronounce that. It's shiny. I got the Prankster ability, which means moves that don't do damage have high priority. I'll read you verbatim what it says. This Pokemon's non-damaging moves have the priority increased by 1. So that means like Will-O-Wisp. Obviously that's the only move I have with the Bayonet that has the high priority +1. Plus Shadow Sneak, which also has priority, usually goes first, which is nice. And then of course Shadow Claw for the stat because again, high attack stat. It does high crit chance, and it does a tremendous amount of damage, and of course knock off. We can get rid of items, we can kind of take care of other normal type Pokemon. It's a stab move we can use on normal type Pokemon because obviously ghost type moves don't hit normal type Pokemon. So very cool Pokemon. The cool thing about Banette is, since it is a ghost type, it is immune to both fighting and normal type Pokemon. So things like Rapid Spin, I can switch and predict a Rapid Spin, and they can't get rid of hazards, which is really cool. Unfortunately with my team here, and I mean I could have made it different obviously, I didn't have to do the Pokemon I chose. I only have Stealth Rocks with my team right now, so really getting rid of the Rapid Spin and crippling it maybe not as good, but it's still fun to use. And again, if I predict a normal Pokemon like Chinchino, this happened during a practice game. I did 2 practice games before this. Won one, lost one, but the one I lost was really close down to the last 2 Pokemon. And I felt like I made a play mistake, which is why I lost. And that's fine, not a big deal. We're going to try this team out though anyways, and we'll see what happens. But Chinchino had a move called Tail Slap, which is a multiple move where it can hit up to 5 times, does a lot of damage. I got to switch in a Bayonet for free because the Pokemon it was going against, I believe it was Emor, it would have knocked it out, and that was the only move he would have that would have knocked him out. Actually, I don't think it was Emor because you could use Rock Maybe it was Diancie. I don't know. No, it wasn't Diancie. Maybe it was Drapion. I don't know. Again, I don't remember exactly which Pokemon it was. But the point is, I got to switch into Bayonet for free and hit a free Will-O-Wisp, which I did, which crippled its damage. So then I had to use Bullet Seed, which didn't do anything. And then I just knocked off, and I just put the Talon on this bad boy. So that's what Bayonet can do. Bayonet's a very cool Pokemon, again, very high attack stat. So with Bayonet, though, comes a big weakness. So it kind of has a weakness against walls. It does have a high attack stat, but certain walls can kind of just sit there. So I need a wall breaker to kind of break those walls. Break the walls down. Emboar can do just that. Not only can he do that, a type of Pokemon that might have some issues, Bayonet might have some issues against, maybe some dark type Pokemon. Well, Emboar is just the guy for the job. So these Choice Bandits are going to be doing more damage. Reckless, even more damage. This Pokemon's attacks of recoil or crash damage have 1.2 times the power, not including struggle, which is fine. Flare Blitz, Wild Charge both have those recoil damage type moves, and Choice Band adds just even more damage, which is perfect. Although I get locked into one move, which kind of sucks, but the damage he pulls out is unreal. So, I guess I didn't really even talk about this. I probably should have, but I always forget. Adamant Nature, and he's copied that. Really, obviously, self-explanatory with Adamant more attack power. But anyways, back to Emblem. So, Adamant as well. Very powerful, high attack, high speed. Just a little bit of defense. Flare Blitz, Superpower, Wild Charge, Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch has priority. If they go for an offensive move, I get to hit them first. It's a great move for finishing people off. Wild Charge, great time coverage. I can hit electric Pokemon, or not electric Pokemon, water Pokemon coming in with an electric type move. Superpower, great against Dark type Pokemon, and it's Stab. This move is so powerful. It can take out Pokemon that maybe these moves just won't be able to do. Just won't be able to take them out with. And Superpower is one of the stronger moves I have. That and Flare Blitz, of course, but same going against a Pokemon that resists, fire. Superpower will be able to do some work there. So then, of course, Flare Blitz can also have a chance to burn, and it also allows the user, if I get frozen somehow, I can defrost myself with the Flare Blitz, which is really nice. So, Emboar, pretty cool Pokemon, and we've already went over his stats here. So, with Emboar, though, comes another weakness. For one, it's weak against Psychic-type Pokemon, which we take care of with Drapion. Because I got a couple Pokemon, Venusaur and Emboar, that don't like Psychic Pokemon, so I had to have a Dark-type. And I chose Drapion, and I might switch that up. And I like Drapion, but 2 Poison types, I don't like having 2 of the same types. I feel like I cripple myself a little bit. But that's okay. Maybe we'll figure out something else. I need something maybe to resist Ground-type Pokemon. But that's something we can deal with at the end of this episode, so we're not going to talk about that now. But, so I need something with Emboar's weakness. Another weakness of his, of course, is water types. Water types, ground types, rock types. Blastoise can handle some of those, and definitely the water types. And he has Scald, Rapid Spin, because you know what, if they got hazards, I like to get rid of those hazards with Rapid Spin. Toxic, I can throw Toxic down, do a lot of damage. Leftovers, heal over time. Torrent, very cool ability. So Torrents, one have low amount of HP, which does happen, and increases my water type moves by 1.3, I believe, no 1.5, even better. And so Scald does even more damage. And Scald, of course, 30% chance of burn, also thaws the target if they're frozen, but I have no freeze. And Refresh, I can get rid of elements. So why is that important? So say I switch in on a water Pokemon that uses Scald, and it burns me, right? That sucks. Maybe I think they'll switch, or it doesn't matter. Let's just say I get burned maybe by a fire Pokemon even. I get burned by a fire Pokemon with a Will-O-Wisp or something. I can use Refresh while they switch, and it's going to cure me of burn, poison, or paralysis. So, pretty cool move to use there. That's basically, it's because I'm going to be using him to switch in a lot, like for Emboar. That's where Refresh is for, to get into some of those things there. But if that doesn't work, if I don't have that opportunity, I also have Deontay. We'll get to that in a minute, but she's running Heal Bell. But we'll get to that. We'll get to her in a minute. So now, what kind of stats am I going with? I'm going high defense. So I have a high defensive Pokemon and a high special defensive Pokemon. I love having 2 different tanks there. Blastoise, high defense. Also, high HP. He's going to be taking a lot of hits, and of course, special defense. So he's a tank. He's a tank with Rapid Spin. I want to get rid of those hazards. That's very important to me. But also, if I do get a little bit weak and I'm still getting a lot of HP, Scald's going to do a tremendous amount of damage with that 200 ability. So very good synergy there. And then let's talk about Deontay. So I wanted a special defensive unit for this team, but also have just a little bit of a weakness to Dark types, just from Banette's side. With the Fairy typing, it helps out a lot, but also Deontay is just one of the most powerful Pokemon in the format. It's so powerful. He has a great moveset, great move pool, and also I needed someone to set up some hazard. At first I had Mesprit, but then I decided I didn't necessarily want Mesprit because I think I'd just be too weak to Dark types at that point. So I decided to go, and Ghost types for that matter. So I decided to go with Deontay instead. Deontay can give me the Stealth Rocks, I got the Heal Bell. One reason I was going to use Mesprit was like a Wish support, or I don't think it was Wish, it was Wish. Wish support, but I would have liked a Wish support Pokemon. I just can't necessarily fit on here. I could get rid of Blastoise for Alamola for Wish support and the water typing, and that's something we might look at after this video is over. But for now, I like Deontay. Deontay's very powerful. I like the Moonblast Stab, Diamond Storm Stab, great type coverage there. It's going to be great to get rid of fighting Pokemon, which I have done in those practice matches. I went against I had a Hitmontop. He was trying to take me out. I switched in Deontay. It was neutral damage, and he stayed in. I had him with that Moonblast. It was all over for him. It didn't even matter. So very powerful Pokemon. Clear body. It can't be affected by stat change moves like Intimidate and stuff like that. Very cool. Excuse me. And then with Deontay comes the weakness of Steel types and poison types. Well, Venusaur can take care of those just fine, especially the poison types. Leaf Storm, Sludge Bomb, Synthesis, Knockoff. So he's more of an offensive Venusaur. I don't know how I feel about that just yet. He is powerful. It's got Life Orb for the extra bit of damage here. Overgrow ability, similar to Blastoise's Torrent ability when I'm at 1/3 or less of my max HP. Grass attacks do 1.5 damage with Leaf Storm. That's very powerful. Knockoff, I like to be able to get rid of some items if I can. Synthesis to heal up, and of course Sludge Bomb. Nice stab move I can use to get rid of Fairy type Pokemon or other Grass type Pokemon, and just a very powerful move in general. You can also have a good chance of poison, 30% chance to be exact. So that's what Venusaur has for me, and of course its weakness is of course Fire and Psychic. I got those well taken care of. Blastoise can take care of the Fire type weakness, or so can Emboar. It's kind of the Fire, Water, Grass core. It's a very basic core, and the reason why it works so well to kind of build a team around that is because these guys take care of each other's weaknesses. They can take and switch in on their weaknesses just as well. Even if someone used like an Ice move, I can switch in a Blastoise. Fire, Ember, or Blastoise can switch in, and it's just a well-rounded core. That's what people mean by the Water, Grass, Fire core. Another popular one, of course, the Dragon, Fairy, Steel core. I was trying to think of the third ones I did Steel. Anyways, so its other weakness though is Psychic, and again I have a couple Pokemon weak against Psychic, so I had to have a Dark type Pokemon. So I decided to go with Drapion this time around. We might switch him Lumberry. That way he can switch in without having to worry about maybe a status condition, and I can, Lumberry will take care of that for free. Battle Armor can't be hit with crits, which is kind of nice. Swords Dance, just a setup if I can afford it. Knockoff, of course, Great Stab can take away items. Aqua Tail is just kind of it helps with type coverage against him. If I could predict a rock type Pokemon or a ground type Pokemon coming in, or even a fire type Pokemon, it's going to do a tremendous amount of damage. And of course, the Poison Jab. It's a great stab move with Poison. And I don't know if I showed, and I always forget this, the stats with Venusaur here, but I got high speed, high special attack, and of course the Intimidation for more speed. Drapion, it's going to be similar, jolly, nothing but speed, but high attack, a little bit of defense, and more speed. That's pretty much the team, guys. I hope I explained it well. And like I said, after we do these 3 battles, we'll kind of talk about maybe some changes we might want to make. And then on Wednesday Night Wars, we'll make those changes and we'll do some more battles. So that's kind of what we do. And of course, Friday Night Fights, which is our new series, we started last Friday. If you haven't checked it out, definitely check it out. That's just me playing some casual games. We had some fun. We played some Little Cup and some UU tier last Friday, so that was a lot of fun. So definitely check that out as well. So that's our team here. Let me just double check, make sure it's validated, which it is. Save it. I do this every time. And then we'll back up here. Let's do some battles, guys. So we're going to do at least 3 battles. If we get some quick forfeits or something like that, maybe we'll look at 5 matches here. That's usually what happens here on Showdown Sunday. Let's see here. So, who's he going to start off with? There's a lot of choices. I'm thinking maybe Luxie. I'm gonna take a shot in the dark here. I'm gonna start with Drapion. Starts with Magneton, so not necessarily ideal for me, but not necessarily the worst thing. So let's take a look. Magneton, Drapion. So I could just go for Knockoff here. Chances are it's gonna go for Thunderbolt. That's another thing too. I don't have a ground type even. I was thinking about that for taking electric type moves for free, but that's okay. I'm gonna guess that's sturdy. He goes for Thunderbolt. Who would be Venusaur? Maybe the best choice here. Let's switch in a Venusaur. So he goes for the Volt Switch. It does a lot of damage, as you can see there. So he's a very powerful Pokemon. Here comes the Fletchinder. Alright. Let's take a look at Fletchinder here on my damage calculator. I'm just going to go for maybe Acrobatics. Diancie might be my choice here. Or Blastoise for that matter. Let's go into Diancie here. I think we'll be fine. Goes for Acrobatics as predicted. We resist it, of course. We get the health back with the leftovers. I'm just gonna go for. I could go for Diamond Storm, but I'm predicting he's gonna switch. I can just go into Stealth Rocks, and he switches back into Magneton. And let's take a look here. He's probably gonna go for Flash Cannon. I'm gonna switch into Embor. Goes for Volt Switch again. Oh my god. Wow, this Magneton's gonna be a problem, guys. This thing's very powerful. See, Ground type would be really nice, I think. Here comes the Blastoise. We can go for Wild Charge. We might be able to trade. I'm pretty positive we outspeed him. I think I'm 100% positive. And Wild Charge is 74 to 87%. It's not gonna knock him out, but it'll be really close. I'm just gonna go for it. How did he outspeed me? Is he Scarfed? Is that a Scarf Blastoise? It could be. It could be a Scarf Blastoise. That's interesting. He's been using Magneton a lot here, so I could predict the Magneton. I don't really have anything for it. I'm completely honest here. I don't. I could go into Banette and go for a Will-O-Wisp. It's not gonna do much for me. Let's go Drapion here. So he's bringing out Banette. Will he switch? Is the question. I'm guessing. I'm 100% guessing he's definitely a Mega Banette. I'm thinking I might go for Will-O-Wisp. Let's go for the knockoff. I was thinking if I wanted to go for a... that's fine, my Lumberry will take care of that. I was thinking if I wanted to go for Swords Dance or not, but... he should be Prankster. Why didn't that outspeed him? It's kind of weird. Now it did. Excuse me. And thanks to the burn, he's going to live with just a little bit of HP there. Will he stay in? I'm just going to go for the knockout. He may switch, and he does. Into the Flygon, we're going to get rid of its item. Flygon. Probably going to go for Earth Power. Or Draco Meteor. I doubt he goes for Draco Meteor because I have Deontay still. Goes for the Earthquake. So, okay. Has no item, had Choice Band previously. I'm gonna guess he's gonna switch into Magneton. I don't think Scald is going to be the best play because of that. I'm just going to go for it. He actually goes for the U-turn. Chances are he is going to go into Magneton there. But we should be able to do about 40% and maybe burn. We do quite a bit there, so we're going to take him below 50% there. He could just go for Thunderbolt, but he may just go for the Volt Switch again. I'm just going to go back into Venusaur, which is going to bring out the Fletchinder, I bet. I don't even think about this. That's fine, because I can just switch back into Deontay. Goes for Thunderbolt this time, so he's going to stay in. And he's probably going to knock us out. It's going to be close. Since I outspeed him, I could just go for an attack here and knock him out. I'm just going to heal up. Hopefully I live. He may just switch and preserve the Magneton. I'm going to go for Synthesis one more time. Goes for Thunderbolt. We live barely. Barely living. This is gonna be a close game, I think. Manaton kind of surprised me with how powerful he was, but he's about to go down to the burn damage. He's thinking about preserving it. It wouldn't be a bad idea because it's so powerful, but if I can get Stealth Rocks again, it should go down. Goes for Thunderbolt one more time. We're going to trade. And I'm okay with that trade. But we see Fletchender, Banette. I'm going to go Deontay, and I'm hopefully get my rocks up. That's kind of my plan. Depending on what he brings out, of course. Because if I have my rocks, Fletchender's going to be in trouble, and Banette dies to them. Now, of course, Flygon could have Defog. No, he's going to bring out the Banette. So I'm just going to go for Moonblast. Goes for Shadow Claw. And here comes the Flygon. Now, he doesn't have his Choice Scarf anymore. Earthquake will knock me out at this range. But does he go for the Earthquake or the U-turn? And I don't live Earthquake at this range. Go into Blastoise. Goes for Earthquake. I'm gonna go for Scald. Actually, I could go for Toxic. Predicted to switch. I'm just gonna go for Scald though. He's probably just gonna U-turn and he's gonna go Ephixa, I would imagine. He has disconnected, so he may have quit. Guess we'll see here in just a second here. Could be a rage quit. I don't really see it as a rage quit though. I mean, it was a close game, but I do think I have this game in the bag. Because chances are Uxie was just a support Pokemon anyways. Running things like Stealth Rock, Thunder Wave, U-turn, probably Side Shot. And with Drapion still in the field, like Uxie can't touch me at that point. Banette was still, I believe, at 100%. I don't think I even brought it out. I haven't even brought it out yet. And Shadow Sneak. Yeah, we have this one in the bag, guys. So we're gonna take our first victory there from Kyogre 475. Good game. That Magneton was very powerful, very surprising. We came out ahead. And we're going to take that victory. We're going to take it. I hate taking victories from quitters, but, you know, what can you do? Alright, so we're going to take that win, and we're going to go to our second battle of the day. I mean, if we can find one, wow. Here we go. Interesting team here. Maybe start with Regirock? Maybe? Let's start with Blastoise. He starts with the Regirock. I can just hit Scald. I do think he's probably going to switch into Virizion or Jellicent. Or I could go for a Toxic. Let's go for Toxic. He's going to go for Thunder Wave, so we're going to cripple each other. I'm actually just going to hit Refresh. Now at this point, I'm really predicting Agility to come out because of the Rapid Spin potential here. And if I go Scald, he can absorb it, I believe. So I'm just gonna go for Toxic again. He stays in, actually. Goes for Thunder Wave again. I'm okay. I'm okay with this trade. I'm just gonna refresh. Like I win this trade. Goes for Rock Slide, looking for the flinch. Doesn't get it. At this point, I'm just gonna go for Skull. Will he stay in? Does not stay in. Brings out the Jolteon instead. We'll hit the Scald. We do not get the burn, unfortunately. That's okay. Let's get Jolteon. Ooh, if it's a sub pass, I'm gonna be so sad. Let's see. Let's switch in a Venusaur. Goes for Volt Switch. That's fine. I'm just glad he didn't go for like a substitute or anything. He's probably gonna bring out Typhlosion, so I get to bring Blastoise back out, and maybe go for the Rapid Spin. He might just bring out Jellicent though, which is fine. Here comes the Heat Wave. We resist it, of course. I'm gonna hit Rapid Spin even though he could bring out Jellicent. But I want to get rid of these stun blocks like really bad. Switches in Jellicent. It was a good play because he absorbed my Rapid Spin and my Skull here. So what's Jellicent got going on? Could go for a Will-O-Wisp. I could just go for Toxic. And I miss, of course. Why wouldn't I? Goes for Scald. I resisted just fine. He gets the burn, though. Of course he does. I'm gonna go for Refresh. Goes for Will-O-Wisp. This guy right here. This freaking guy right here. Alright, let's go for Toxic again. There we go. Goes for Will-O-Wisp, whatever. Could go into Diancie. So I got Heal Bell. I'm gonna go into Diancie. Oh, if it's Skull's over. Why did I? That was bad. That was a bad play. It's okay. I am specially defensive, so that's not too bad. I could go for Moonblast. It's not gonna do a whole lot. That was stupid. I could just go for Venusaur. They're just gonna bring out Typhlosion probably. That was really stupid. Misplaced. It happens. I'm actually. It is kind of. I know, right? I could go for Knockoff. Get rid of some items here. Get rid of its leftovers. It's gonna go for Will-O-Wisp. That's fine. Actually, could just go for Synthesis. He may stay in. See what he does. Goes for Recover, so he has Recover here. The good news is Toxic's gonna wear him down though, either way. I go for Synthesis one more time. If he stays in, he's gone for, well, he's gonna keep recovering, but Toxic will take its toll eventually. He switches out into Typhlosion. I expected the Typhlosion eventually. We're gonna take a little bit of burn damage there, that's fine with me. I could just go into Emboar or Diancie. Hopefully it doesn't go for Focus Blast. Goes for Fire Blast. I'm gonna throw up my own Stealth Rocks because I do think he's gonna swap. I think he's Choice Banded. Or Choice Spec. I think he has a choice item on him. So I do think he's gonna switch. Switches into Virizion. Let's see. You could go for Leaf Blade. He is faster than me and it'll probably knock me out. I could switch into Banette, predicting that. But he could just go for a Sword Stance, which is what I'm worried about. Goes for Hidden Power, actually. Not sure what the Hidden Power is for, but I'm going to go for Moonblast. And we kind of get an idea of what it is. That crit was nice. It was going to do about 60% otherwise, so that was really nice. If he attacks, he's going to lose to Life Orb. I'm going to go for Heal Bell, just to get rid of the burn on my Blastoise. I figured he'd go for Southern Knockdown. Oh, and he's going to kill him up, so he actually doesn't knock himself down. Well played on his part. I could just go into Banette. I think I could get Shadow Sneak. Take a look. Yeah, Shadow Sneak should knock it out. Let's go into Banette here. We'll go ahead and Mega Evolve and go for Shadow Sneak. He may switch. That's fine. He does switch, and he switches in a Typhlosion. I guess he's predicting a Will-O-Wisp, maybe? I don't know. Shadow Sneak does a ton of damage to him. I think I could just stay in. I'm not going to outspeed him, but I should be able to live. Yeah, we live that. He burns us. Oh my god, all these freaking burns. Let's go for Shadow Sneak. Let's see what he brings out here. He's got some weakened Pokemon. We're doing okay actually. This is a close game. I'm just gonna Shadow Sneak whatever he brings out. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna outspeed whatever he brings out. Or I could go for a Will-O-Wisp because I do have Prankster. Depends on what he brings out. If he brings out Flygon, I 100% Will-O-Wisp. If he brings out one of these weaker guys, maybe I just Shadow Sneak. So here comes Flygon. I'm gonna go for the Will-O-Wisp to cripple his ability. Hopefully he is a physical Flygon, because it will cripple his attack. Oh, he goes for Quick Attack, but I'm not affected by it. There goes the Will-O-Wisp, burn him, and we're gonna fall to our own burn here. All right, so this is where things get a little interesting. So let's bring out the Venusaur. I could just go for Leaf Storm here, and it should knock him out. Unless he's got something crazy up his sleeve that will knock me out. But I think the only thing he could really do is maybe Draco. Maybe he goes for Earthquake, so yeah. And there goes the Leaf Storm. So we take out Flygon, which is fantastic. And most of his Pokemon are very weak. So that's very good. Two of them are poisoned. Jolteon still got quite a bit of HP left. My Drapion has 100%. And so does Emboar. He says good game, so it's not over for us yet. He says it's a good game. I don't know if it is, but might be. Goes for the Shadow Ball. Alright, could just go into Emboar. good thing about this run. Jolteon. He thinks it's over. I don't think it's over just yet. I gotta be careful here. Fucking Drapion. Alright, he outspeeds me with Jolteon. I think Embor's probably my play. I'm gonna go Embor. I just hit Flare Blitz, I think. Yeah, see, it's not over yet. So let's see what he brings out now. I mean, he doesn't really have anything that can take the Flare Blitz besides maybe Regirock. I mean, I could switch into Blastoise and he could take a free Blastoise, but just because I'm locked into the Flare Blitz. So here comes Jolteon once again. I'm gonna go for Flare Blitz. Goes for Volt Switch. Trying to conserve his Jolteon here. Here comes the Regirock. Flare Blitz will still do a lot of damage to him, plus the toxic damage, of course. Alright, now at this point, I could bring out Blastoise. It'd be really nice if I get rid of the Stealth Rust. I don't think that's happening. I want to keep Embor, if possible. This is still anyone's game. It's still a really close game here. So here comes Blastoise. He goes for Earthquake. We're going to heal up a little bit. We're going to probably fall to Burn here. Can I get a Rapid Spin off? Will I outspeed this guy? I don't know. I don't think I will. I didn't look up his speed, but... Oh, we get rid of the rocks. That's amazing. Blastoise, you're a legend, my friend. And Toxic takes him out, so we're down to Virizion and Jolteon here. I just go in Embor, and he just fights until he can't fight no more, and then Drapion will hopefully be able to pick up the scraps. This is a really close game. This is a really close game. So here comes Jolteon, here comes the Embor, and I just go for Flare Blitz once again. I can actually go for Sucker Punch. Oh yeah, I just go for Sucker Punch. Why not? Should knock him out. That was a really close game though. So game 2, we're going to go ahead and take as well. So this is our third and final game, guys. We're 2-0 so far. Really close matches. I did make a misplay in that game. Switching in on the Flygon, I believe was what it was, with Deontay. But you know what? That happens sometimes. Who's he going to start with? He's got a very bulky team. I don't know who he's going to start with. Looks like Mega Dino. Might start with Weezing, maybe? Let's start with Banette. Just why not? So chances are he's going to go for knockoff. Which means I could probably switch into Embor. I'd lose my choice item, but that's fine. Or I can stay in hit the Will-O-Wisp and cripple his attack. That's what I'm going to do, actually. I'm going to Will-O-Wisp, hopefully it hits. He outspeeds me with knockoff, so I don't get that. I have a high priority. Whatever. So now he's burned. I'm just going to go for Shadow Claw. So here comes the Audino. We're going to go for Shadow Claw here. He's immune to it, of course. I could go for Will-O-Wisp again. Chances are he's got some sort of cure ability. So I'm just going to switch, actually. I'm going to switch into Drapion. Dazzling Gleam. I could go for a Swords Dance. Maybe it's not a Mega Audino. I don't know. Let's take a look at Audino. Switches into Flygon, so now Flygon is an issue for sure. Oh boy, so this comes down to if he's Choice Scarf or not. I'm gonna risk it. He's Choice Scarf. Oh, we live though. And the knockoff, and we don't knock him out though. We get rid of his leftovers. And we are at a standoff. Wow. That was too close. I'm thinking about switching in a Blastoise here. Switching a Blastoise to go for a Scald. He goes for U-turn, that's fine. I'm thinking maybe he's going to go into Audino. I think he's really trying to get a Wish off somewhere. He goes Malimar. Interesting choice. He is burned. Just go for Scald. Goes for knockoffs, gonna get rid of the leftovers, that's fine. We're gonna hit him with that Scald. Does about 20%. He's gonna hit with burn damage as well. You know he's got leftovers. I'm starting to think he might be a rest sleep talker, which is kind of dangerous. Just go for it again. I want to see what he's going to go. So he's going to go for knockoff. We're going to Scald again. Get a little bit of burn damage off. And there's the rest. Okay. That's what I was worried about. So now... I kind of have to superpower. Like, I have to bring out Emboar and hit superpower at this point. He's going to go for Sleep Talk. He goes for superpower of his own, which does a lot of damage, of course. And it increases his defense. Great. Switches into Slowking. Here comes the superpower. He resists it. We're going to lose some stats there. This is actually going to be a really tough battle, I think. If I'm being honest. He's got a very defensive core here. Here comes the Scald. We're going to resist it. We get the burn. I'm going to hit Refresh. Maybe. I don't know. Because he might just go for a Psychic move here. I might have to just attack him. Boy. Alright. Scald does like no damage to him anyways. I go for Toxic. He switches into Malimar. Malimar, of course, isn't affected by the Toxic because he's asleep. This is rough, guys. This is really rough. I think he's got this, though. Goes for Rest again. That's fine. We'll switch into Slowking again. I can go for Wild Charge this time. I'm going for it. Here comes the Slowking. Here comes the Wild Charge. 19% left. That's what I'm talking about. I'm pretty positive we should outspeed him. 100%. I just go for Wild Charge again. He may switch. And he does. Switches into Flygon. He gets to take that for free. Smart move on his play. Problem is, his Earthquake does so much damage. Whatever I bring out is going to get hurt really bad. At this point, I think Drapion's kind of a weak link, so I'm just going to sacrifice him. Sorry, buddy. Goes for Roost. Oh my god, this guy. This freaking guy right here. Well, at least we get to see what he's going to switch it. Switches in the Slow King. Oh man. I think I could just hit Leaf Storm. I think Leaf Storm is what I'm going to hit. Go for Leaf Storm. He may not know that I'm offensive. And here comes the Registeel. We hit the Leaf Storm. It's a crit. Yeah, this Registeel's going to be a problem too, man. I don't know what I'm going to do. Looks like it could be a Curse variant, which is annoying. I could go for Knockoff and get rid of his leftovers. Let's do it. He goes for Seismic Toss. What can Banette do against this guy? I could go for a Will-O-Wisp. Goes for Stealth Rocks this time. I could go for Will-O-Wisp. So he switches into Audino. We get the Will-O-Wisp off. We know that it has Dazzling Gleam, which is probably what it's going to go for. Just doing some calculations at the moment. You can just go for Knockoff. So it does have the Mega Stone, confirmed. Now the question is, does he go for Wish at this point? Or Protect? Goes for the Wish, it's going to go for Protect next turn. So I could do a switch here. I'm thinking Deontay. Comes to Protect, it fails, there's the Wish, it's going to take a little bit of burn damage. I want to set up my own Stealth Rocks. That's fine. I'm also going to heal though. Get rid of the burn off my Blastoise. Here comes Slow King. Interesting choice. Whew, this is a battle. Alright. Although he's got the advantage, like 100%. I could go for Moonblast, but it doesn't do that much. Scald is going to do a lot more than me. You might go for Psyshock though, predicting a switch. But it's the risk I got to take here. Here comes Future Sight. I'm going for Rapid Spin. Switches into Malamar once again. Goes for Knockoff. I figured he would knock off, I just didn't want to stay in and take it for free. I might be able to bring out Deontay and hit the Moonblast. Does he have? He could probably just. He's got so many Pokemon. Registeel will probably come out. If I go into M board, he's got such an annoying team. I'm I'm assuming he's gonna bring out Weezy and a Registeel. Slowking too. We get the Moonblast off. Those Future Sights. Here comes Registeel. I go for Synthesis here. Let's see. I could go for Knockoff, or I'd go for Restore, but it doesn't do too much damage to it. It's tough. He goes for Stealth Rocks again. Future Sight takes us out. We don't stand a chance, guys. I have nothing. Ah, man, I just have nothing, guys. I kind of just want to surrender at this point. Of course, like all of his Pokemon heal too. Such a defensive team. Like it's got a good team. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's not much we can do about it. Get that nice critical hit there. Goes for Scald. Uh-oh. Switches, because yeah, he had a chance to be knocked out there. Here comes a Blue Blast. Boy. Goes for Seismic Toss. I just don't have anything, guys. Like I'm I feel like I'm just wasting your guys' time because I have like 0 chance. But I don't want to surrender. I hate surrendering. And I missed the Restore. Are you kidding me? Will he switch an Audino? Probably. So we take out the Registeel. We at least took out 1 Pokemon, so I feel pretty good about that. He still has Weezing, man. Like, I don't... 100% on the Weezing. I feel like we need a Psychic Pokemon on our team. Or... So here comes Audino, of course. I could Will-O-Wisp, it's not gonna do it. Let's just do it. Here comes the Mega. We get the burn off, there's the Dazzling Gleam, we're gonna go down. So here comes the wheezing. We're gonna hit with a nice Diamond Storm. We got a nice little crit there. We're gonna get a boost on our defense, but it's not gonna matter at this point. Let's go for it again. Goes for Will-O-Wisp. This is unnecessary. Dude, just come on. Come on. Gets the poison damage. Here comes the Diamond Storm. And good game. That was a long battle. Ooh. Let's look at our team here. So we're actually going on an hour here, which is highly unusual for 3 battles, but what can you do? A lot of long battles, a lot of stall matches. Seems pretty good. I mean, we went 2-1. The last battle was just rough for us, and it was a very tanky team. So with that, maybe we definitely lack a little bit of psychic Pokemon, and maybe some fighting Pokemon. Well, we have Super Power. I don't know. I think we need a Psychic Pokemon. I think we need to maybe take out Drapion and maybe find a Psychic. I mean, I guess I could use Mesper, which is what I was going to use originally. Have a nice little support with some wishes and whatnot. Might be something we look into. We'll look into that on Wednesday. Obviously, Wednesday night was this Wednesday. We'll be taking a look at this team again. We'll do at least 5 battles, so more battles to come. I had a lot of fun with this team though. This is a fun team. I do like Mega Banette. I don't understand if you guys could explain to me how with Prankster ability does Will-O-Wisp get outsped by knockoff. I will never understand that. Maybe I'm missing something, but it just doesn't make any sense to me. But otherwise, I think we did okay. I mean, I did make a couple misplays. It does happen. I've had a long day, long yesterday too, which is why I missed PokeMMO on Saturday. Don't worry, we're gonna make up for that. I just had a long day. We've been very busy the last couple days. So, anyways, guys, Wednesday Night Wars this Wednesday. Of course, Friday Night Fights on Friday. Tomorrow is Monday. We got a rest review going up, of course. We also have some PokeMMO coming up this week. We have some more Super Mario World going up. We're almost done. We'll finish it, and we'll move on to a new thing on Thursday. We also have some more Dragon Ball Z Saint Seiya Densetsu coming up as well as other content coming up. So look forward to that. And until next time, guys, I am the Maverick Market, who's bidding you a farewell, peace, and one love.